Hi, I have a little project today it's paper folding. So we're going to end up with a little booklet similar to this. It's also going to involve a window envelope before we're done with the project. So anyway, let's get started. This is a little prototype thing that I folded up, and it was a long time ago, and I know it was in 2011 because this is a Hobby Lobby ad from March of 2011. So it's been hanging around for a long time, and I've finally gotten around to making the project. So let me show you what it is. It turns in, you fold it up, and it turns into a little booklet that has a few pages. So this is one I made with a window envelope, and I'll show it to you a little bit later. But I thought I'd go ahead and just show you how this is done with a sheet of paper, because you don't have to have a window envelope to make it. You can make it with a sheet of paper. And what you do is you fold it in half lengthwise. And this is a sheet of, I think I was using coffee dye, maybe some tea in it, I don't know, and some food coloring. That's where that came from, and some of the other pages below it had food coloring, and it bled up on this. That's beside the point, but anyway, I thought you might wonder about that strange tint on the edge there. Then you fold it in half this way, and you fold these pieces back this way, easier to see. And then this folds this way. Okay, now we're going to open this up, and what we need to do now is cut along this line from this fold to this fold. I'm just going to use my ruler, my little ruler, and my X-Acto knife. And I'm going to turn it kind of cattywampus here so I can see what I'm doing. Get it on the fold there. And just start right there and just cut right down this way until you get to the other fold. And this is when, as they say, the magic happens. So you fold it in half this way, and you fold this together this way. Fold these pieces. I think I need to use a bone fold and get some crisp folds here. Okay, so then once you do that, what you do is, this is going to be the outside cover, front and back, and then these are your pages on the inside, like that. I hope that makes sense. But it gives you a little booklet, and it has pockets in it. What you do is you glue these edges so that you have pockets here, and this one is open at the bottom, so you need to glue it. And this one is open at the top and side, so you could do either a top loading pocket or a side loading pocket. And then the last one is open at the top and bottom, and it needs to be glued at the bottom so you can have a top loading pocket. And I guess if you wanted to, you could glue that and cut this open if you wanted it to be side loading on both front and back. But anyway, that's how it works. When I found this little piece, I was looking at it, and I thought, the light bulb went on, and I thought, I bet I could make that from a window envelope. And so I tried that out, and that's what I did to make this little booklet. And let me just go ahead and show it to you so you can see the end result here. That string, I wrapped it around 3 times. I glued index card to the front and back of this one for a little sturdier cover on it. And this pocket, I left it as a kind of a side tuck. And I did have that glue right there. And I just put some decoration on it. I folded that down and had a little card in this pocket. It has a butterfly on it. And I put paper behind here. And labeled there. And on this page, I just put the die cut of the leaves there that goes over the edge of that. You can have something in this pocket or not. And just a label there. And then I have a journaling card made from a small business card. And I have it tucked in this back pocket here. So that's how it looks. And I thought what we do is I have a business envelope I'm going to fold up and show you how it comes together. And then I have another one going, and I'll decorate it so you can see how I decorated it. This is a important open immediately, obviously not too important. I think this one was open just at the top, which is perfect for this. And this needs to be glued down on the ends. So I'm gonna use my glue stick on that. Just put a little glue right there. Glue that down in here. Okay. This is as if it had been folded and the paper in half at this point. Let's see where we are here. It's like if the paper had just been folded in half, so that it's open at the top and the bottom is closed, like this is. So then what we need to do is fold it in half this way. Get my bone folder. I chose this envelope because it has kind of a, I don't know if you call that embossed or just kind of a watermark design in it of stripes, and I thought that was pretty. So I thought it might make a pretty little booklet. Okay, and then I'm just going to fold this back this way. It may get folded the other way eventually, but right now I'm just going to fold it this way and this way. Okay. So it's right now it's an accordion, but what we need to do is open up these two pieces right down here at the bottom. And I used a letter opener a while ago when I did the other one that I'm going to decorate. But I think I'm just going to use my X-Acto knife on this one. I'm just going to slide my knife down in there to that corner point right there and just bring it through gently. I just want to slice that fold there. Go across there and hopefully stay in the fold. I don't mind if it's a little bit ragged, but I want it to be straight on there. Okay. I'm going to go from the outside now. I think it might be a little bit easier. Oh yeah, that's much easier. Should have thought of that first. Okay. So we have that done. Now this part is going to fold back this way because that's the cover. And these two are going to fold this way. I can't tell where my fold is. It's right there. This folds that way. And then this is the piece that comes around this way for the last page. And this makes a taller, skinnier book than if you use a paper, a letter size paper, 8.5 by 11 here in the U.S. And I'm not sure what the sizes are on the international papers, but it's slightly narrower, but you know, that's just an option. So anyway, okay, so that's how you fold it up. I hope that makes a little bit of sense. What you're doing is you open it up so that you have that square in the middle. And instead of these two edges being together, it's these two edges that come together and make those pages. Okay, this is the one I've been working on. And what I did first is I used some fabric, some eyelet fabric, and some lace, and I just glued that to this part right here. This edge is the same as this edge, like that. what I want to do next is decorate this. I have this paper. This paper had this at the bottom, and I tore it off because I want to use this part. I want this purple flower to be right here. And so I'm going to glue this inside of here. And for this, it really is helpful to have the side and top both open. So that's probably would be a good idea if you're going to do this. If you want to cover up that background on that part, it's a good idea to go ahead and open this up so you can get to it better. And I'm just going to glue this with some glue stick and put it in there. Okay. So I'm just going to slide this in here in the right spot, hopefully. Just want it to come right to the edge of that and be straightish. Straight would be nice. Okay. And I put some, actually what it was some of this sunflower blendable dye ink. I had it on something else and I just put the stencil down on there and it just kind of smudged. So that's just a little color on there, is all that is. The next thing I'm gonna do is go to the next page and I want to stamp. I'm thinking about leaving this, it's like a postal permit thing, but I think I'm going to add some stamps to it. Some of these, maybe this one with the airplane on it because it's kind of cute. Just to give it a little more pizzazz, I don't know. And I don't know if postal stuff goes with my botanical and bird theme that I'm gonna have, but it's all part of life, right? We'll just pretend that it's all okay together. And I think I want that to just go like about right there. And do I want to use something dark on that? This is archival ink in a color called Watering Can, which is just a dark gray. It's almost black. So I'm gonna use that. So that just adds a little bit more there. And I think I'm gonna put something right down here too. This looks kind of official, maybe I'll use that. Okay, I'm just gonna put it right down here. Look at that. These are die cuts that I made with this Tim Holtz set. What is it called here? The number is 664164. And it's 5 dies, and it's called Wildflower Stems, number 2 is what it's called. Hobby Lobby was closing out all of these things, all these dies, and I got it for a good price. So I have these now to play with, which is, I like them, they're fun to play with. Anyway, I cut out these 2. And I'm gonna put this one on here, I do believe. I'm just wondering if I want to put a little more, another stamp or something back there behind it, or something else behind it. Maybe just some of this scripty stuff here would be good. And I think I'll go ahead and use the watering can again. And I'll just put it up here in this corner. Press that down real hard. It's a little bit in and out there, but that's okay. So I was thinking I would have this one kind of going across the page like that, maybe. I'm gonna need to cut the stem off some. Whoops. Just want to get an idea of where I'm gonna place it before I go too far here. I still feel like it needs a little something else on it. I don't know what, but I guess that could always be placed, you know, placed to right. So I think I'll leave that as is. And I'm just gonna glue this down. I don't know if it's made it yet today or not, but it was supposed to be 110 today here in Texas, in North Texas where I am. I'm north of Dallas. And I'm sure if it's 110 here, it's worse in Dallas. But hopefully this is maybe the last summer hurrah that we can move on to fall and some more pleasant weather. We'll see. You never know in Texas. You can have hot weather in September and even in October. So, but we're used to it. I'm a native Texan. I've lived here all my life. Hopefully it'll be acclimated to these hot days. Okay, this is going to be kind of tricky, but hopefully I can get this down where I want it without smearing any glue where I don't want the glue. Okay, I'm just going to let it be like that. Oh, that's covering up my airplane. Come back a little bit. There. Okay. These are a little tricky to get placed and put on the page, but once you do, it's fine. I think the glue holds it pretty well. I'm going to take that off. Oops. Come here, my friend. Okay. I just thought it'd be fun to do a yellow book. I usually do blue. I tend to lean toward blue. Okay, that edge of that is kind of crumpled in the mail, but I'm just going to pretend that that's okay because that's what happens when envelopes go through the mail. Shows its heritage. This is the stencil that I used. It's a Tim Holtz stencil, and it is, it says it's a layering stencil. I don't see a number on there. It's this stencil. It's a swirly design, and I put it here. I used a blending brush and put yellow on here, and then I used the stencil with the blending brush again and used Bundle Sage is what I used in the Distress Oxide. There it is. This one. It's kind of a dusty green, which is nice. And being over the top of the yellow, it kind of brightened it up a little bit on there. And then I'm going to put these little birds right here. But first, I'm going to glue that corner down a little bit. Hopefully not glue it to that. I'm gonna put this on the glue stick. And the edges, so we don't have peely uppies. All right, I'm gonna put this in this corner to start. And line it up at the bottom. And the top up there, come on now. I thought those little winds were cute. It says welcome sunrise. I'm just gonna give that kind of little crease there. It's gonna have to fold sooner or later, so I might as well do it now. Okay. I thought I'd put this on here just to cover up the seam there between this and the picture. It may be fun to get all the glue on this little piece with all these little pieces sticking out, but we'll see what we can do. I'm wondering if I could get by with some glue stick. Maybe I better just use Fabri-Tac. Okay, come up. Sticks down where you don't want it to stick down. And I'm just going to put that right there. Like that. Oops. It's nice that Tim Holtz designed that with a long stem so you could use it in a bigger place, or you can cut the stem off and have a shorter decoration on your page. I think that looks pretty. I like that. Okay, and let's see, what else do I need to do to this little book? I'm going to go back to the front. This is going to be a side loading pocket, so I'm going to glue it at the top. And I'm just trying to think if I want to put anything else in there before I do that. I don't think I am. I'm going to try to keep the bulk down in this one. I tend to bulk things up a lot. So we'll see what we'll see how that goes. I'm going to get inside here and put it on this edge over here. Right, come on. Right across there. Try to keep it fairly narrow so that the pocket's big enough to have things coming in and out of it easily. You're probably wondering what I'm going to do about that address there. I'm going to cover it up with a bird, of course. Okay, now I'm getting my glue fingers. Okay, let's see. The one that goes in the front pocket there is this piece. What I do with this is just some of that scrap paper that comes in those, I think they call them scrap packs. It's just little offcuts of various things. And this one reminded me of watercolors. I bought a set of iridescent watercolors at the Dollar General store, and it's not very shimmery. You don't get too much shine with it. Probably would be best to just save your $4 or $5, whatever it was, and apply that to a better set of this kind of watercolors. But I have them, so I'm going to use them up, and when they're gone, I may invest in something a little more reliable. And what I did on this is I used, this is a stencil I cut. Let me put something behind so you can see. This is a stencil I cut when I was making my yellow journal, and it's a die that, it's a Tim Holtz die. It has this wild rose pattern on it. And so I cut it into this piece of junk mail, which has kind of it's not plastic, but it's a slick surface, and made a stencil out of it. And I use this makeup brush, or a similar one, to use the Distress inks to stencil through it. So that's what this design is on here with the watercolor behind. I let the watercolor dry, and then I came back and put the stencil over that. And then I'm going to slide this piece in this little pocket. If I can get it in there. There we go. And it hangs out over the edge just a little bit. And I like that because, as I said, this book is a little more narrow than it would be if you used a piece of copy paper or something. So, and I think it looks cute to have that extra layer there. I also put a little bit of yellow gingham on the back of it there, just as a little added decoration. If there's a writing place, you could write there and right here. So we'll put that in the pocket. Like that. And then I'm going to put a bird over that. I have this set of Stickabilities stickers is what they are. They're on a transparent background. And I thought I'd like to use that yellow bird, but he's going the wrong way. I don't want him going off the page. So I think I'm going to use this bird. He's got a little yellow on the top of his head. Or I could use the brown one since I have the wrens in the back. He's not a wren, but he could maybe pass for one in disguise. But he doesn't cover up very much of that address. I don't care if the address is showing a little bit, but I don't want it to be sticking out too much. So I think it's going to be this bird. I'm going to put a little bit of the bundled sage. And I'm going to use the little brush. This one's a little bit smaller. It makes it a little easier to manage. I shouldn't put that in there yet until I got this done. Make it go down flat. So I've got yellow down here, but I'm going to add this green back up here behind the bird. I think that'll kind of cover up make it look like it's intentional rather than, oh, she slapped a sticker over that that address. Come down that edge a little bit, just go on that edge. don't know if I want that there or not. Maybe a little bit across here. Just a little bit. Okay. And I could add a little more yellow there, I suppose, because the theme is kind of yellow here. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just putting some color on here. Okay. Always room for a little color. I'm gonna put the bird on. I think this is my best option over here. Let me get this hat pin. This was a hat pin out of my mother's stuff. It's got a velvet tip on it. I have no idea whose it was or anything about it, but I have it now. And I found a use for it to get these stickers off the backing. Here we go. Okay. Alright, bird. I'm going to stick it on this pin so I can get a better view of what I'm doing. See where I want to place him. Okay. I think I kind of want him to be going like that, just even though it doesn't cover up very much of that address. Maybe that covers up enough of it. And then I'll put this back in the pocket. You know what? I'm going to punch a little half circle here to make it easier to do this. If I can get this in here, yes I can. Okay. Should have done that when I had it open still, would have been better, but I didn't know I wanted to do it then. So, I'll do it now. Okay, and I think it needs a little ink on that. I have all these spools that I put the felt tips like you put on chairs to keep them from scratching your floor. That's what I use to ink edges and things. And I kind of color coded the metallic looking ones are for the Distress Oxides, and the other kind are for, except this one. This is pink, which is Distress Oxide. I ran out of metallic ones. That's a whole nother story. Okay, I'm gonna use the bundled sage on this too. Just put in this edge. And this would have been easier to have done when I had it open also. But live and learn, right? When I was in high school, there was a gal, somebody would say, live and learn, and she said, yeah, die and forget it all. I've never forgotten that after all these many years. I might as well do this too over here while I'm inking things. Get in here. Okay, this goes in here. Okay, this is the one I'm putting in. This is another, this stencil I cut. This stencil is what I used on this. And this was one, I actually did this card when I did my yellow journal, my Yellow Rose of Texas journal. And I used some pink in the middle of it. This was left over, so I just tore it down. And I put that postmark right there because I have this window on this side. I wanted just a little something there. And so I put that on there. And I'm going to put that card in here, like that, and let it stick up just a little bit. I inked that edge by just dragging that over the ink pad for that yellow ink. So that's that page. It still looks like it needs a little something else on it. Maybe I'll come back to it in a minute. And that's how that looks with the postmark showing through there. And then we have these birds. And I have some open spaces down here that I need to close up. Let's see what I've got here. That's going to be a top loading. Is that what I want? You know what? I don't think I want that to be top loading because I have this little business card that I drew this sketch on here and put some paper on the back. And I think if I put it down in there, it's going to be really hard to pull out of there. So I think I'm going to open this edge up and then glue those two edges. Looks like I need to add some more glue there too. So I'm just going to cut down through here. Just kind of pulling up against that edge, hoping for a straight edge. It may not be straight enough. Looks like I kind of messed up right there. I guess I could always rough it up, fix the problem. Now I'm going to cut that off. I got a little too far into it, but that's okay. All right. Do I want to rough it up? You know, I think I may just make a little scoop down there. And can I do that without messing it up? I don't know. It's too thick to fold it, so I'm just going to have to wing it. I'm going to go to right about there and then go back up. So here goes nothing. My scissors I just want to take a little bit off. Take it back up to there. See how that looks. It could be a little better. Let's see, I'm going to take it a little bit more here. Okay, and then I'm going to ink that edge also. I'm just going to use this green on it so that it looks pretty in that space. And I think I'm going to do this and smooth that out a little bit because all those bumps are making it lumpy. Okay. Let's see how that looks. Oh, that looks fine. Okay, I'm going to put my glue on and close that up. And this edge. Sorry, I get off out of the screen pretty easily. And close that up together. This paper is some that one of my friends gave me, and it's these little packs of paper like this. And they came from Amazon. They have all kinds of pretty designs in them. It has a lot of butterflies in it. I don't know which one I took the birds out of. I think it might have been this one, but I'm not sure. But they're very neat. And they're thin paper, so they don't add a lot of bulk if you're collaging or doing something like that with it. And even though they're a small size, they're nice for working on little projects like this, or even larger projects when you just want to do some collaging on there. I think instead of trying to glue those down, I'm just going to be nice to them and hope they never cause me trouble. Okay, so I'm going to stick this little piece in there. I was thinking I might come back on this and do some watercolor on that or something. I don't know. But for now, I'm just going to put it in here. That's that pocket. Now, what else do I need to close up? I think I have, this is the top loading pocket there. And I have this tag that I cut using this die set. This is the die that I used. But you'll notice that it's not as long as the tag is. What I did is I put it on my paper and I ran it through the die machine to about here. And then I took it off of the die machine and I moved it down as far as I wanted it to go. And I turned it around. This is the die machine up here. And you can feel those little stitches go into the slots where it's already been cut. And then I just ran it up here so that I had the extended tag. And it's very easy to think about something else and just cut it out, which is what I did with that. So I had a little tag for another use there. Okay, let's get this out of here. So this tag, oh, it needs something on it too, doesn't it? How about a bird? We like our birds. And oh, his tail is too long. I was gonna use him, but he's too big. This has some of the same ones that is, I think that may be that same yellow bird. Maybe I'll just put that whole spray on there. It comes both sides, so there's extras, which is nice. Okay, that one came up. Okay, this on here so I can see where I'm placing him. Put it at the top, or I can put it at the bottom, or I can put it in the middle. Such big decisions. I think I like him kind of higher. Just stick him down, Linda. Just stick him down. I could have a word or something on it too, I suppose, down at the bottom. This is a set of stencil sheets. I think they're for planners is what they're for, because they have a lot of banners and stuff in them. But it has this set of numbers on there. Or I could do something like that, right there on that. Move things aside a little bit here. All right, I could put some numbers on there. I'm feeling like those numbers are a little too big for that. So I was wondering about this piece, that little deal right there. It's almost sticking up too high too. Should have put it on first. Well, I could still stick it under there maybe. I'll do this and then it'll be up and I won't be able to put it back down again. Dangerously. Okay, I'm just going to put that kind of centered right there. And use the bundled sage, a little brush, and just put it on there. And lift that up. Close enough. I'm wondering if I need a little something right there. Let's see. I'll fiddle with this and I won't like what I've got on here. I just feel like that needed a little something up there to kind of balance it out. There's our little tag, and I'm going to put some, I have this little yellow ribbon that has this picos on the edge. I think I'll put that on there. Just for a little extra something. I'll cut it a little bit longer and then I can cut it off if it's too long. Do the same. All right. This little tag in this pocket. Doesn't matter which way it goes, I don't suppose. I think it needs another divot. Mainly because of that knot needs a little space there. Okay, that has a card in it, and that has a card in it, so that's that. And then on the front, I thought I would put a sticker on there. And I have the flower stickers, these, and I have this yellow. Those are kind of the same roses. What I'm wondering is if I can get this sticker to stick directly to that fabric, the lace and the eyelet. So I don't know if that is going to be a success or a fail, but I think I'm going to try it. And I'm probably going to just go ahead and put some Fabri-Tac underneath it when I put it down. So. Oh, that's just being stubborn. There we go. It says many moving parts, or not moving parts, but ends. Okay. Okay, there we go. I'm going to flatten this out while I do this. And I'm going to put Fabri-Tac on the sticker. So here goes nothing. If this is unsuccessful, I guess I'll be looking for an alternative. I'm not sure what that would be. Maybe just putting a journal label or something over it. Okay. Get that off my fingers. I hope this works. We'll see. Okay, I need to figure out exactly where I want to put this. I think there. Okay, there we go. Now let me make sure I have all my pockets closed up correctly. I have a card in that, but that one needs to come up just a little bit. I'm going to put just a little bit of glue right in that corner where those two edges come together, just to hold it in place. Just a tiny bit right in there. Okay, I'll put that back, those back when it's a little bit drier. One other thing I found that I thought might be cute to use in true junk journal style is this little, it's a Dutch Boy paint sample card. It has this die cut window in it. And I haven't decided yet exactly how to add it to this, what I would do, but I may keep it with it just as a possibility. Could cover that up with something or whatever. Okay, let's put the tags back in like that, and this one goes in this pocket. And the one back here. Okay, now obviously it needs a closure, and I thought what I would use. Oh, there's one other thing I was going to put on there. I was going to put this at the top. This is just a head pin with some beads on it. This is an example of why I like junk journaling. It is a place I can combine other hobbies I've had in the past that I've kind of not stayed with, like making jewelry. So I have beads and things left over that make nice embellishments for my junk journals. And I'm just going to, I think I need to cut that first. Cut that off and make a loop. Okay. And then I'm going to take this and curve it around there. I'm going to open it up just a little bit and put it on this little clip as a decoration. And hopefully I can get it closed up again. Otherwise I'll have to get a jump ring to go on there. Okay. Alright, that looks pretty good. Okay. I'm just going to put this lace on the outside up here at the top. I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. Too much is not enough. Okay. I think this lace is some I got in Mena, Arkansas at a either their Salvation Army or their thrift store there. I think I paid $1/4 for that little roll of lace. I love going to thrift stores and finding bargains. I don't do it as often as I would like to, mainly because I already have so much I need to be using up. It's kind of like window envelopes. It keeps multiplying. Okay, I'm almost at the end. I can almost stick it down. Okay. And it's stuck on my finger. I want it just kind of over the edge of that, top edge of that lace piece there. This is the little yellow book with the sticker on the front that I hope stays stuck. It's a shiny sticker. That's the cover. And inside the front pocket we have this card with the watercolor and stenciling on it. And behind there I have the paper, the bird, the ink colors behind there, bundled sage, and the sunshine or sunflower. What is that called? Sunflower is the name of that one. And I have a tag in this, or a journaling card in this pocket. And I have that little window envelope see-through there. And I guess that's a sunflower there, with some stenciling behind that and the postage there. And this card goes in this pocket with the postmark that shows through. I took that out too early. The postmark shows through there. And that's the die cut. And a tag in this pocket with the sticker and a little bit of stenciling on that. Writing space on the back. And writing space there and there. And then this little welcome sunrise picture with the birds and the die cut there. And I suppose you could write a little bit in there. There's some writing on there, but you could put a date or something there, I suppose. And then this little card with the paper on the back that you could write there. So that is this little booklet. Can place the little clip on the edge to hold it closed. Just barely long, deep enough to go across both of those, and fold that down. It has the little bead on it. That's the yellow one, and then this one is the blue one that I made with this is a cameo button that came in a package of buttons from Walmart. And I used some of my mother's antique lace on that, and this is a piece of velvet ribbon, and I wet it and crunched it up, and it, just for the record, it fades really bad when it's wet, and I don't think you could ever get it back to looking like just regular velvet ribbon after you washed it, so it's probably not something that's washable. Anyway, this is the one I put the blue card on the front, as a cover, and just a white piece of that paper that I put gold edging using this Deco Color Premium Prime Gold paint. It says it gives a rich gold leaf finish. It's oil based and it's very stinky, but it does look nice on there. So that goes in there, and I haven't closed that pocket at the top yet. Haven't decided about that. And this page, I just did a doily there and a little bit of that paper that I was talking about, and a number that was floating around, and some more of that paper. On this page, I had it open at the top and side, and I decided that I would turn this corner back, and I messed up the corner. So I decided then to put this piece of pink paper behind it to camouflage my mistake with a button and some thread and some lace there. So that's why that looks like it does, but I like it after all. And I suppose you could write a little bit under that pocket, under that flap if you wanted to. And then there's a label there with some, this is potato bag mesh that I saved for that. And my dear husband just washed another potato bag for me, so I have more coming soon to another project near you. And this has the die cut on it there, and the little label and lace, and just a piece of book page that had some pink Crayola marking on it. And then in the back pocket there is another one of those. This is a business card that I put a stamp and some paper on the back for a little something to write on there. And then that has a little bit of stenciling on the back just for decoration there. And so that's that project. And I just made this where I could put the button here and wrap it around 3 times and tie the bow. Kind of cattywampus, but anyway, you get the idea. So those are those, and this is a future one that hasn't been finished yet. So thank you so much for watching today and seeing how I did this little project. I hope you like it, and I'd love to know if you decide to make some. It's probably not as hard as it looked like. Once you get the idea of which way the pages are supposed to fold, it's a lot easier. Oh, another thought I had, uses for these little books. I mean, they're just a cute little gift that you could give to somebody, a little journaling spot. But it could also be a gift card. This is a gift card my brother and sister-in-law gave me at Christmas. You could put a gift card in one of these. I just got this tied, so I'm gonna untie it now. In one of these pockets, and this pocket that has the window in it would be a good place to put it, and it would show through there. So I thought that was another idea that would be fun to have for that. But they're just fun little books to make. For me, it's the making of it more than the using of it. I just enjoy solving the problems of what to put where and how to make it. So that is my story about making crafts. And I know that a lot of you feel the same way. Okay, I'm going now. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time, and I hope you have a great week and you're cooler than I am. See you next time. Bye.